Welcome to our weekly energy forecast and meditation. Sabine.
I'm Juna.
And we're from Synergy in Motion, where it's all about empowering you to live true to you.
Mm-hmm.
And this week we're filming at the northern shores of Lake Superior or close to Rossport in the beautiful Canadian Shield. I mean, look at this. What a luxury to be here. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. It is as beautiful and juicy as this week's theme.
Yes, and this week's theme in our relationship series is based in Hexagram 59, and it is about the ability to break down barriers to achieve union. It's about the energy of sexualness that we need to, it's like life force that breaks through any kind of resistance to meet the other that is separate from us. And it's connected to the channel of intimacy in human design. So it's really about, what's required to create connectiveness and unity and union between two separate groups, two separate people. And so this week is the ability to break through barriers to achieve union. And we can do this in interpersonal relationships, intimate relationships. And yeah, we need this energy, and it's the power of love. It's this mysterious whatever it is that exists between people that, can melt your heart and melt the most stubborn heart, the most closed in heart, to be able to connect and to really share from that beautiful heart space that we're all capable of. And we love filming today from this peaceful, tranquil nature space. And nature has this ability. It does break down barriers. And when you arrive in this spot and just really drink it in, this beautiful lake and the rocks, they just hold you and they break through all of that. We live such busy lives and we can be so bound up in all of our stress that coming to a nature place such as this, and it doesn't have to be this, but it can be any place you go in nature. Find a tree, a leaf, a flower, a plant in your home, and just really allow that communion to happen. Allow the plant that you look at, the sky that you look up into, the sun, to melt your barriers and open you up to who you truly are as this beautiful spiritual being having a physical body on this beautiful planet. So it's just breaking through the barriers and softening and melting. So this week, really let yourself melt into opening up to receive from the other.
That's beautiful. And when you look at relationships, like in the beginning, our hormones help to break down barriers, right? It's like this, oh yeah. And you play with each other in that field of intimacy in the different ways. And then when a relationship begins, whether that's intimate or not, what sometimes happens is that the same old sets in. Mm. So this energy of sexualness, that curiosity about the other, the new, the different. If you keep that alive by doing what Juna was talking about for yourself first, then you can also bring that to your relationship. And what we found after, I don't know how many years, after 10 years into our relationship, we realized that we took each other for granted. We were not curious about each other anymore. And it became rather stale. Mm. And like 8 years later, after 18 years of relationship, we're curious every day about each other. And I discover something new about Juna pretty much every day because she changes, right? She never stays the same.
And I can say the same for you. Yes, there's always something new to discover, for sure.
And that keeps your relationships, whether they're intimate or not, or whether that is with another person or your job, it keeps it alive if you keep that life energy, that sexualness flowing, that curiosity, that willingness to lower your own barrier to connect, to be intimate with whatever you are relating. It makes it so much juicier and alive, and it keeps it alive. It keeps it fresh. It doesn't allow the habits to establish and put you to sleep.
Yeah, and remember last week was about the answers, or the week, couple weeks ago, we talked about the answers, and sometimes we come to conclusions and answers about the other. Like I could say, oh, I know Sabina is my answer, and with that I label her and I box her in, and she's the answer to all of my needs or all of my desires, and that is so, it's so limiting. So when you come to an answer about someone, oh, that's how they are, that's the way it is, then you lock yourself in, and an answer is just not liberating at all. In fact, it creates a prison. So really this week, be open. It's about curiosity, and not curiosity necessarily from the mind, but from the heart, and being willing to open your own, drop your own barriers and open and really be curious. Who are you? What can I learn new about you? Listen more. Listen to the person. Don't take what they say as a matter of fact. Go, tell me more. What do you mean by that? Those kind of questions that's life energy. Life is always seeking more of itself and wanting to birth itself. And it does so through questions and through curiosity. This is a life force, and it's a power. So we're into this week is a power from your belly, deep within your body, that wants to have union with the other, and it so wants to have union that it will break through its own crusty heart and open into something new. So tap into this energy of life force that wants to break through, and is this ability to break through the crustiness, the old patterns, the answers, and
the boredom.
Yeah, the boredom, all of that, and to find something new, something that you can really connect to with the other person or another group, another place, and then allow this nature to break down your barriers, to melt your heart, to open up your energy to the other.
And that discovery of the new doesn't have to be a big thing. Sometimes when I just be present with Juna, I find out how she moves and how she does something. And I discovered, hey, she changed that. She's actually flowing with it way more than before. Or I discover a new freckle, or with small things. There's also power in the small. It doesn't have to be, oh, she's a new person. No, sometimes it's the minute that just makes my heart laugh and just fall in love with her all over again. So, yeah, that's a little relationship advice, secret tip, whatever you want to call it. Play with it, have fun with it. And that's another thing in all of this. When you're too serious about it, it doesn't really work. You can be intense, but serious doesn't usually makes you run against the wall. And when you look at nature, right, it's playful. It unfolds itself in sometimes very humorous ways.
Yeah, it's lots of times we feel like we have to work on our relationship, and that just feels so yucky, right? So how can you play in your relationships today and be curious and have fun and, throw a ball at each other, just like the energy
Gently.
of that. Yeah, just with that lightness and that joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could talk forever on this.
Yes. So let's go into meditation and become intimate with yourself and open up to receiving.
So take a deep, deep breath. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you might want to keep your eyes open and enjoy the scenery while you breathe and come present in this moment with yourself, allowing your body to be held by the earth, coming home to yourself, that safe and sacred space of you. And while you allow your breath to become deeper and longer, connect with your energetic heart, that space from which you love, you care, where kindness comes forth. And think of someone or something that brings that forth in you. Just to tap into that energy even more. That kind of love that brings you to life, that awakens every cell in your body. That lets you overflow with gratitude. Really open up to that energy of love and loving. And allow that energy to really, really fill you. And also gently melt those barriers that you have built up. Those old crusty barriers that are ready to dissolve. Allow them to melt. In the presence of this life force of love. And with these barriers melting, open up to the life force itself that flows in you. Allow life to love you. Hold you, fill you. Allow life to turn you on. And then expand your awareness to your close relationships. And just be present in this energy, this turned on energy. Be present with the people that you deeply love. And in that presence, again, allow those old crusty barriers to dissolve even more. The crusty barriers of habits, of assumptions, conclusions, judgments. Just let them go. Melted by that life force of loving. Opening your connection to the other even deeper and further. Allowing something new and different to come forth in those relationships. And then expand your awareness even further. To the beings in your world, the people, the animals, the plants, the crystals, the unseen beings. And just reach out with that life force of love and loving, melting barriers that kept you apart from aspects of your relationships with those beings. Allowing more life to flow through you and into that relationship. Opening up to be a vessel in which life gives birth to life through you. And then open up even further and become aware of this world, of this planet. And just be present in that energy with the life force flowing through you and your love to be melting those barriers, melting the old, reaching out into the new, into the different, connecting and creating something that hasn't been before. And while you're reaching out into the world, loving the world, perceive how the world, beings in your world, your close relationships, also reach out to you and allow them to love you while you love them. And open up for new connections, new bonds, new ways of being together, new adventures unfolding, new life being seeded. And then become aware of your sacred space again, being filled with life and love, here and now. And take a moment to appreciate yourself for who you are, for all of it. For your journey so far and your journey in the future. Just to let that energy of loving and the life force penetrate into your past and into your future and fill you in the present moment. And in the coming week, we invite you to play, have fun, discovering the other, melting the barriers that maintain separation, and to discover something new, something different about yourself and the situation you find yourself in and the people that you're with. Be the adventurer of love and loving. Or I should say, be the Don Juan of love and loving the world. And with all of this, please know that we're incredibly grateful for you daring to drop your barriers and be intimate with yourself and with the other. Thank you for being you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And enjoy playing with intimacy and opening your heart and daring to reach into the other just a little bit more. You have the power of the sun on your side this week. And let us know how it goes. You can always comment below and let us know how it goes. We love hearing from you. And until next time, we will see you then. I wonder where we'll be filming from next week. Ooh. We don't know. Okay, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.